And then you've got Spurs and Arsenal still going to be there or there. Chelsea and Man United. I feel Man United's big problem is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not experienced enough. He's not as experienced as the last guys who've all failed. So if it doesn't go right for him from the jump, the pressure's going to come on because he's had a season under his belt now. And also, so Pogba was supposed to be the catalyst for Manchester United. What all it's turned out to be for me is all the other world-class players are on the going, do you really want all that pressure on you? When clearly Pogba's got no one to help him who's on his level. Like Martial might turn into that player this season. He's 23 now, so he should be getting there. You know what I mean? He should be ready to kick on, but it's not happening. They can't get the best out of their attacking players.
They're doing interesting things though, right? They've gone down this model of, okay, let's splash the Galacticos, let's buy all these, big names and whatnot.
No, but they haven't though. They haven't really, because they've tried, but nobody wants to come.
Well, no, that's. I'm talking
Maguire. I'm talking big money, but he's not.
I'm talking the Alexis Sanchez's of the world.
All right, that didn't fuck.
The money that they have spent on that squad, really and truly, they should be in a much better position. And now that they're taking a slightly different tact in bringing youth through, in making sure English players or whatever it is, I do feel like there's potential there for them to shock this season.
Do you know
maybe
what
not to challenge for the league.
The midfield. I look at that midfield and I think, no threat. All right, Pogba, but the support around him is miles off what they're losing Herrera, and for me, he was like a decent player at doing that, but even he wasn't good enough. And he was the best that they had.
That was part of it, is he's also gone to a quality team with a quality manager. So PSG getting Herrera shows that it's not like he's unwanted elsewhere. If he'd have gone to a Real Betis or someone like that, you'd have been like, oh right,
he's going in his mind, he's making a better move, a bigger step.
Financially, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. But so who they got in the midfield now? They've got that young kid who Mourinho backed.
Oh right, McTominay.
Yeah. They've got Matic. Matic looks miles off where the other top midfielders are.
I think the weird thing with Matic now is I'm not quite sure what his position is, because he doesn't play the position that he was bought to play well.
He hasn't got the legs for it.
And he can't complement the other guys around him. So he basically just makes the other players around him look worse. I mean, Mark Goldbridge was saying this on one of his pre-season rants. He was saying once Matic went off, the midfield looked much better. McTominay looked more assured, all these kind of things. So you'd almost be better to just say, just be a leader.
Do you know the mad
thing
is? You know how they were interested in Longstaff?
Yeah.
He would genuinely be. I've been watching him in pre-season because the last season he only played 9 games. I'm like, he looks fucking amazing in these 9 games. But in my head, I'm like, but it's just 9 games.
That's all
Andy Carroll looked world class for us for 9 games. We cashed in on that. I'm thinking it could just be another flash in the pan. Genuinely in pre-season, Longstaff. Oh, he looks a player. He looks a player.
The one thing we're not talking about here is the most expensive defender in the world, Harry Maguire. Do you think he's worth 85 million?
I mean, it sounds ridiculous even saying that. Harry Maguire, most expensive. He was at Hull not long ago with Robertson. Amazing career.
To Manchester United, he's worth it. But in the general market, that's crazy money for him.
You know what's funny now is I saw a headline the other day.
They're desperate.
Someone screenshot a headline the other day from David Moyes wanted to sign Harry Maguire for 4 million when he first came to United.
Moisey was a visionary.
Could have saved 81 million.
Moyes wanted a lot of good players, to be fair to him, and he just got fucked over because
Robertson
they didn't go and sign them.
Yeah.
I think it could have been different for Moyes, but obviously, yeah, fuck it.
Weird, Moyes has given more time
One thing I'll say, right,
than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
As far as the price tag goes, these days, you got attacking players everywhere. Everyone can either go past a man or is scoring 10, 15 a season. It's not rare to find yourself a winger, striker, whatever. As far as centre-backs go, there are very few elite centre-backs in world football
that are willing to play for anyone but Juve, Bayern, Barcelona, those kind of guys.
Even those players, like you see the De Ligts of the world, he's costing a lot less than Maguire, and that will be because obviously he's English. He's going to a club which are, like we've just suggested, Leicester should be competing with Manchester United, right?
It's mad.
So technically, he may have left to go to a club that are going to be below the team.
Potentially, yeah. And it's a sidestep for him in that regard, in terms of where Man United are right now. But in terms of the money Man United have got, in terms of the desperation, and I think that's what we're really. I think that's the elephant in the room with Man United fans that they're all sort of not wanting to admit is how desperate they are, because with every season that goes by without a title win, it gets less and less likely. It feels like the prestige that we grew up with Manchester United is gone. I think that's gone.
This is this, right? The worst the odds have been for Manchester United to win the league in the Premier League era is 7-1. This year, it's 40-1.
Yeah.
Right. It's unbelievable how far they've fallen.
But so they've got... This is the thing, it's because of the way we look at Manchester United in terms of the history of them. They've got good players. I'm not sitting slagging them off. I think Martial's a crack player. Rashford, I really like Rashford, although it's a bit... He's still developing. He hasn't hit that sweet spot where it's consistent. You got Pogba. Lukaku is a great goal scorer. His record's fantastic, and now they've got a good defence. I just think that midfield is just not. It's not cut out to win titles. And I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in particular could be found out big time this season as well. Does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer finish this season as Manchester United manager?
I'll be very surprised
if he does. Fuck me, you'd have to do a good job, because I reckon they're trigger happy now. Then.
I'll be very surprised, but I'll say this on the flip side as well. I know this midfield, there's no mobility there. I think that's my main issue. Obviously, Pogba looks like he might even be going to Real Madrid at some stage.
That's extreme mobility.
Right. The defence, though, and the attack, that's elite. I'm sorry. They've got the potential to really be doing
that.
That is
in my head, I'm like... And that's why the pressure is really on Solskjaer right now, and that's why... And I don't think, from what I've seen, he is the guy for them. I think there's going to be another transition to someone.
Without an elite midfield, you will not. You'll snatch some results. There'll be a time where you score some lovely goals and you break people down on the counter attack, but you're never going to be able to string a season together where you make a meaningful impact.
But wait.
I think a lot of players want to. Now they're looking at the institutions of Juve, Bayern, all these clubs. They think they can go and make a meaningful impact somewhere. If you go to Manchester United, can you really make a meaningful impact on European football now? No. You're not competing in the Champions League. Possibly will next season, but they're odds on Ladbrokes odds. But you could go to another club and make a more meaningful impact and be a better player overall.
What about your lot, Loz? Liverpool haven't signed fucking no one, and realistically, when you're chasing down Manchester City and they're just every now and then 70 million, 60 million.
Yeah.
No one even. This is the thing with Man City, and I know I go on about their money a lot. But it's so weird how no one bats an eyelid when they spend big money. Like when everyone else is like, "Wait, 70 million." It's so normal. I don't even read the player now. I don't even look at the name. I just say the name. I'm like, yeah, someone's good.
60 odd million on Rodri's a massive outlay for them.
No, but it's just so normal for them.
If you guys had signed someone for 60 odd million, you'd be going crazy.
Yeah, but Liverpool, fuck all.
Well,
do you still think you can push them the way you did last season with no extra signings? Because to me, Milner's another year older, and
to be fair, he actually doesn't look another year older.
No, yeah, but the point of, I think that when you're overperforming as a club like Liverpool are, there's a life to that when eventually quality just pays off. And I think with Man City, they've always had a better midfield than you, especially. And you haven't strengthened them. Can you still push them?
It's funny you say that, because I actually think when you say quality pays off, I think quality did pay off for Liverpool in the Champions League last season. And it's not the quality necessarily.
Your centre midfield, though, if you compare them to the top 5 sides, top 6 sides in Europe, you aren't on their level. You overperformed it.
That is what I was going to say a minute ago, because we were going on about elite midfield being the difference. Liverpool's midfield is not elite, but they have made that impact in Europe.
You know that the combination of Jurgen Klopp and any number of players, that I can't actually name a player that has gone to that club and not improved under Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Gini Wijnaldum, I watched him in Newcastle. He's clearly went up a level, but there is a ceiling there. Henderson, it was a laughing stock. The idea he would have a Champions League winning medal.
But is he now?
But no,
is he?
He's clearly a good player. But still, technically, there's a ceiling there.
Yeah.
In his ability, amongst that midfield, there's a ceiling throughout it. Adam Lallana, players like that, who you're thinking, all right, you can overperform, but how much longer can that continue? Should you not have gotten someone in that centre midfield this season? In my opinion, yes.
This is the summer right now for Liverpool, and I don't mean this is the transfer window in the summer. I mean this is, in terms of Jurgen Klopp's life at Liverpool, this is the summer, this is the good time, sun shining, and at some point that has to come to an end. I think that this is the season where it's basically Klopp's final season to see whether he can win the Premier League or not. Because
Really?
if he doesn't win it this season, I think the players will have run themselves ragged for 2 seasons.
You can't do it forever.
Not only that, but you're then going straight into the Euros. So it's another summer where a lot of your players are going to be away because, let's face it, Virgil van Dijk will start for the Netherlands if they go. Henderson will start for England. All those players will go away and start.
You're not going to have that rest that's essential when you're doing the kind of miles that.
And while they've got Brazilians in the team, there's an Egyptian there, and there's obviously Sadio Mane still to come back for Liverpool because he was playing the African Cup of Nations.
I'm talking about this season.
Yeah, but what I mean is that's going to put a certain kind of pressure on Liverpool that it's now or never, basically.
And in that time, there's so many teams who go, we didn't sign anyone. When it was just time to keep pushing, we didn't improve the squad. As a Newcastle fan, I remember the 90s when we were so close, and we just when we were really pushing Man United, we just sold a few good players and stood still.
But put it this way, Liverpool didn't sell a few good players either, because Jurgen Klopp will name a few players that he feels will fill out the squad. So Shaqiri's still there, Origi's still there, Keita's still there, Fabinho only played some of the season last year.
You've got Ox coming back.
Obviously the Ox is coming back.
A new signing, really.
Ryan Brewster
he's the one. Oxlade-Chamberlain, for me, I think that if he can play as good as he was playing before the injury, that's a big thing for you guys.
But not only that, these are not like-for-like changes. So they give Liverpool new dimensions, every one of those players that you put into the team. And let's not forget that Liverpool beat Barcelona 4-0 last season without some of their big headline guys. Now, I know Barcelona mentally had the collapse, but you've got to make them collapse.
All right.
So what I'm saying is, whilst we're underestimating what Liverpool can do, I do think they'll drop away this season. I don't think they'll be able to push City all the way in the same way as they did. I don't think that means that Liverpool have...
So you don't think they'll win the league this season?
I like the way you're thinking, man, because life works in cycles.
Yeah.
And this, you're saying it's now or never. I really think that was last season. I cannot imagine what it's like to be a Liverpool fan and see the incredible run you went on. The football is just every week you were turning on. It's like, how many is Salah going to score? How many are they going to win by this time? Solid at the back, more solid at the back than we've ever seen them before, and still to fall short after that.
Company goal. It was that company goal against Leicester. That was the biggest anomaly.
Yeah.
Like, that is when you know God's not on your side. Yeah, it's not happening.
117 apparently out of 120 league points tallies beforehand, that would have won the league.
Yeah.
That is like 98% or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's even above that. But the point is that this Liverpool team playing Man City in the Community Shield still looked as if they could go toe to toe with them.
Oh yeah,
they are still upset. And
what's the goal then? What's the goal for you?
The goal is still to win the Premier League, because if Jurgen Klopp can't go out and go, well, we might not win it this season. He has to set that as the goal. But I think a lot of players mentally will see this as it's now or never, because Sadio Mane will look at it and go, realistically, my aspiration is to play for Real Madrid or Barcelona at some point in my career, someone at the very top of the game. And Barcelona and Real Madrid will look at him and go, he's affordable. He'll be 40, 50, 60 million. He's a very good player. Roberto Firmino, possibly one of those loyal players, and the same as Salah. This is a now or never season for Liverpool. You say it was last season, but they have to frame it as this season now.
Do you know my thing? I know this isn't necessarily what Klopp should say inspirationally, but as long as you maintain that gap between third and second, and you... the thing that Newcastle did is we had a couple of seasons, and I've seen many clubs, they have a couple of seasons where they're up there and then they drop down, but if you cement yourself as top two, that's still the window still goes on, because you can still buy players based on you will be competing in the Champions League, you'll be competing for the Premier League. If we get you, we can we might be able to do this. As long as this is the first time since the Premier League began where Liverpool have put a run together where you're consistently at the top, even if you're not winning the league, you're provable one of the best.
The thing that gives me the faith in Liverpool is the combination of Jurgen Klopp, the signings they made over the last few years, and the ownership, because they are very good at playing numbers. So
why are you not signing? Wait. Sky Money, Champions League winners. Why are you not signing anyone?
By the way, the highest ever amount of money awarded to a Champions League.
Why are you not signing anyone?
Because Klopp Klopp sort of alluded to it, that when you've bought the house, you've got to pay elements off of it. And I think what he means is that if there's FFP at play here, the fact they spent so much on someone like Van Dijk and Alisson last year meant they basically spent 2 windows.
How come
in one.
they're playing to the rules and Man City are still dropping dice?
I think they refresh every 3 years,
Yeah.
so you can go again. Like Arsenal are going to have a very, very cheap couple of windows now, and then we can go again.
But is it a rising tide raises all ships? I think the same has happened in the Premier League, with Man City raising that level. Everyone else has had to raise their level, and that's actually now working to Man City's detriment, because they are the scalp to get.
The bullseye's on them, innit?
Yeah. And so they can't just go, okay, in the same way as PSG or Real Madrid or Barcelona can go, someone in 17th this week. It doesn't matter about that. Every week, someone in the Premier League is going, right, we'll be the boys. We're the guys to beat you this season. And because you've got Liverpool and possibly Spurs pushing you, you can't afford to trip up against those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think they are within touching distance of being the greatest team that England's ever seen.
Well, let's be honest. If they win 3 titles in a row, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
If you put aside all the things of like, okay, they're spending money, okay, it's really dodgy, okay, human rights, okay, don't know what, like all this kind
Putting
of stuff.
all that aside,
right?
but
put all that aside.
All that stuff on side.
Put morals aside.
Just go to the game and take the game in, right? They are unreal. They have no weaknesses. Maybe Otamendi could be upgraded,
Possibly.
but apart from that, I'm sorry, I'm struggling to see how anyone can topple them.
So how's the team with no weaknesses drawing 1-1 against their title challenges in the Community
Against
Shield?
Liverpool?
Yeah.
Liverpool are the best team in Europe, bro. We've
Thanks,
seen
mate.
this.
Just wanted to hear you say it.
Like even that, for me, it's like people are going, okay, it's a pre-season friendly, it's just a charity shield, no one really cares. I'm telling you, man, if you've got a competitive bone in your body, you know that between Klopp and Pep, they both wanted to win that.
Did you see Henderson as well?
I saw the little thing at the end
Yeah.
and pushed him off like, I can't believe you got that over me again. It's a minor thing, but in terms of going into a new season, that could be the little psychological advantage that gives them the little one-up. And it's going to be constantly like that.
So the other team who isn't pushing either of them, didn't push either of them last season, was Spurs, but they have improved, and Dombele's a great signing.
I just think.
Really?
No, like,
they won the Audi Cup, Brian.
No, like
Trophies.
I am.
Yeah, trophies.
It's Pochettino. I'm so impressed with Pochettino. What he's managed to do consistently. Not a lot of money spent. But I don't know. In the league, they're not winning that league.
Is this Spurs' last chance? Because Pochettino must be looking around and going,
People need to be looking at Pochettino. Man United fucked up once with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't know if they'll fuck it up.
you know what they say? Fuck me up once, shame on you. Fuck me up twice. You don't fuck me up twice.
Yeah, this is it.
You know? Yeah.
I like Ndombele, new signing. I think he could really improve them. But again, that gap between the top two is just ridiculous,
it's huge.
right?
Like, if Pochettino had the money that Man City had, I think Spurs would win the league.
I'll be honest. I don't think that gap. I don't think it's 2 this year. I think it's 1, 2, 4.
Okay, yeah.
And I think
Liverpool and Tottenham.
And Liverpool and Tottenham will be spiking out. Liverpool, I don't think will break 90 points this season. I think they'll be lucky to break 85 points this season. And based on a lot of projections.
And what you're saying about Man City, again, another 100.
Oh, close.
Top 4 predictions, Loz.
City, Liverpool, Spurs. Do we go Chelsea? I think Arsenal will make it this year. I think Arsenal make it. You know what? I've come back into, and I'm not saying that it depends on me, but I think a lot of people will go back into loving Arsenal this year. They became sort of the boring bad guys for a little while. Not in the they are basically now going to be a lovable team again because Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette are wow.
They're very likeable as well.
They're pals.
We are Source FC, yeah.
What about you?
I mean,
please don't make that a thing.
Wait. It is exciting though, I'm not going to lie. So I do think Arsenal will get top 4. I'm going to go 3rd. I don't want to be, too optimistic because.
Are you saying Sir Tosseringham's day is?
Oh, it's back on. Mm-hmm. It's back on, baby. I'm going to go City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and in 4th, I'm actually going to go United. I think that they can pip Tottenham, who I think. I'm hoping anyway they're going to slip.
Led by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Even if it's not Solskjaer that gets them there, I think maybe an early blip is possible. If he gets over the first 3 months, I think he might have a thing going.
All we've got to do is make it through the most difficult part. Your top 4.
I need to get closer.
Unfortunately, Man City will win the league again. And that's It's not even because I hate them. I want to see it changing. I like that. You know what I mean? 'Cause
for one-
we're not involved. It might as well be interesting.
I, for one, welcome our new overlords.
Man City to win it. Liverpool. Oh. I'll go. Fuck.
You saying another team could finish in second ahead of Liverpool?
Out of range.
No, he said
No.
that.
Man City, Liverpool.
You've got to say the name. Got to say it.
Arsenal.
Go on.
Tottenham. However, I want to say, if a team does break into that, I don't. Do you know when you've got that outside bet that you may just put a few quid on? I like Leicester.
Okay.
I'm interested to see how Leicester go.
They're a top.
I'm interested to see how Jose Perez does for them. He looked really good at a shit Newcastle team. What can he do with real service? And they've got a lot of money. They've spent a lot of money. Brendan Rodgers is a decent manager. Like, something could happen there. Manchester United potentially to finish outside of the top 6. I think that could happen.
We haven't mentioned Leicester. Leicester are in a similar vein to Wolves and Everton this season.
Yeah, Wolves, Everton, Leicester. They're the exciting teams to watch out for
And
sure.
real quality sides.
Yeah.
Tillemans is a great signing.
That
for
is the
Leicester.
most balanced midfield in the Prem.
Yep.
To me, Chowdhury, Tillemans, Maddison, and Didi. Unbelievable balance. You got the
Midfield
controller.
win
You
games.
got
And to keep hold of all those players. Because
Yeah,
you would have thought United would look at that and go, package deal, 120 for all three?
yeah, there was a stage when Arsenal were in for Mahrez and Kante, and it was and Vardy, a £90 million deal.
This is the thing with Tottenham, because they're a good team, but I'm always wondering, like, how long is this going on for? Like, you know, with Harry Kane and that, it's just going to take one summer and things are going to change drastically.
People keep saying that.
Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it.
Yeah. In the end, it will come true. Flip the table now. I want your.
See where you're going with this. Huh?
I want to know. So obviously, we'll start with Newcastle dead bottom. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's going to happen, though, is it?
Really?
Yeah. You guys have made good signings,
We've made 2 signings.
Yeah.
We needed 10 signings.
but you've essentially signed a Firmino type. You've got Almiron.
Have we though?
Yeah. I think Joe Linton's
You're
a
not a fan?
Firmino type.
No, I'm just, you know, you see a lad looking pretty good in the German league, and you're just like, was it the German league? It was French
Yeah,
league,
it was
wasn't
in the German league. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
see a lad looking good in the German league, and you think,
I mean, you definitely saw him looking
is
good in
he-
the German
No,
league.
I watch the highlights on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sitting. I've got a busy life, but he looked pretty good.
He's not doing their kickoff.
No, he looked pretty good, and the winger we've signed looks fast as well. But at the same time, it's these obscure names that always appear at Newcastle. You're like, Jose Perez, who is he? And then eventually, he might be good, he might be terrible. We'll see. But it's the management change. That's the biggest thing for us.
Brucey
We've-
bonus.
Yeah, exactly. We've gone from Rafa Benitez with, you know, amazing levels of experience in the hardest games, and he is squeezing every last drop out of those players. And organisation-wise, I mean, we've always been terrible organised-wise at the back.
Yes.
And he really got us like compact. And now it's like Steve Bruce worst derby defeat Sunderland ever had against Newcastle was Steve Bruce in charge of them. So
Do you think, though, do you remember when Roberto Martinez first signed for Everton and he benefited from his predecessor having a good defence? Do you think at all that the players, Steve Bruce went in and went, what did Rafa do? And then whatever he did, they just went, Rafa used to just do this. And he goes, okay, good, just keep doing that then.
well, the first thing Brucey did was got them doing like double fitness sessions in a day and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, they might not like that. Do you know the thing about Brucey? He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, he really
you
does.
actually seem
He
like
really
a
does.
lovely
That's
bloke.
not-
You and there's a part of me that hopes that they just like him and want to play for him for that. You know what I mean?
He is what I would call a Mackham, though. So,
Like,
How
he's
do-
a journeyman though, as well. In
Right.
football management, he is one of those. He is of the band of brothers Pardew, Allardyce. He's that lot. Pulis,
The managerial
just an English
merry-go-round.
lad who loves Yorkshire puddings and gravy.
Yeah.
Too many of them. Probably.
You should be glad that he's not. Sir Alex Ferguson isn't still at United. Otherwise, that's 6 points guaranteed for United this year.
Yeah, he loved turning over
He
for
loved
Fergie.
tickle his belly.
But the thing is, I don't know. Like, it could go okay, but the fact that we've got players like Jack Colback, you know, in the squad again, I'm like, who? Wait, I thought we got rid of this guy. You know, Saivet, he's back. I'm like,
Yeah.
he was on loan, like,
Oh, Henry.
yeah.
Oh, what? I thought he left like 3 years ago.
I mean, this is it, mate. People are turning up, and we're like, I thought we seen the last of you.
Did we not tell him that he was?
Literally.
The thing about Newcastle for me, right, is that you may well be okay given what else is going to be around the bottom.
I was just thinking that. Go down, stay up.
I'm going to keep the faith. I'm going to say we'll just scrape it. Like 17 for something, though, you know what I mean?
Does Steve Bruce get a second season if you scrape it?
Can I have a second season?
Yeah. Can I shock you here? I like Newcastle.
After managing Sunderland and City, he never dreamt of managing Newcastle. He's flipped that now.
Yeah. Robbie Keane in it.
Oh yeah, it was always my dream.
All right. Who else can be relegated?
Well, I mean, there's other names in there which look. I mean, Burnley didn't have a fantastic year last year, and then you got to look at the other guys who were bought up: Norwich, Sheffield United. Do you feel like Villa have spent enough that they can?
Well, we said this about Fulham last time, and they were playing this ridiculously expansive football where it just wasn't going to work in the Prem. So I'm not sure whether that's going to happen with Villa, though. I think that they have invested quite well. They've got some, obviously, great experience on the backroom staff as far as organising the defence goes, and I reckon
And John Terry.
Norwich. I see what you did there. I reckon Norwich and Sheffield United are going to struggle, if not more.
If Crystal Palace lose Zaha, that was a question.
I mean, they should have.
What can I do for you?
I feel like Zaha is at that point where he should have moved on by now. This is it. They wanted, 60 million for him by the looks of it?
Yeah, too
Everton
much,
can afford
too
that.
much.
Everton would be willing to invest that, I think.
Everton have got what's his name, Moshiri and Usmanov on
How
board.
are
So yeah, they're going to be splashing the cash until they make it to the Champions League, basically.
See you suckers later. Oh, I'm going to Everton.
Safe travel.
I mean, I think that's quite exciting again because they can get in that conversation of Wolves, Leicester, Watford, and just be around.
Everton
if anyone
could be
does
the next
slip
team
out,
to jump into that little group, that third group, innit?
Yeah.
Zaha
They're
could be the
incredibly
difference.
marketable. Yeah,
need
Everton
something?
could market themselves as the Man City of Liverpool. You know,
I know what you're saying, like the alternative, like the Giants Slayers type
okay.
thing.
they're building a new stadium. It feels like they're
They
building
want to.
towards
Goodison
something.
Park is a shithole.
Yeah, sure is, Brian. Of the teams that I've named that have come up, Norwich, Sheffield United, do they fill you with
Sheffield
confidence?
United. I mean, who are they? You know what I mean?
You know who Sheffield
Hang on,
United are.
hang on.
No, but not since
Blades.
when Saturday Comes came out, Lawrence.
The Blades.
And unless they've got Sean Bean up front, I doubt it.
To be
got
fair,
Billy
he'd get
Sharp.
injured.
Is it Billy Sharp?
Yeah, they'd get.
You know, it's one of these things again. Like at Norwich, they got Poku, right? Is
Yep.
it Timo Poku? These guys can score goals in the Championship for days.
Yeah.
When you come to the Prem, it's a different story, bro.
Well, ask Dwight Gale. Do you know what I mean? Let's see how that. Actually, we are asking Dwight Gale. We're that desperate. Newcastle have gone back to Dwight Gale, and we're saying, please come back to us.
I don't
Steve
think
Bruce pleading with Dwight Gale to save our season.
just touching his arm a lot.
That's the new low here at Newcastle.
Sheffield United and Norwich are
Oh, you
basically
signed what's his name? Jack Wills as well, right? Mike Ashley.
very good, very good. Yeah, where do you think Jack Wills will play on the high street? And the final one that I think they are in trouble because they got rid of the guy who basically kept them up. That was Brighton.
Oh yes. Well, yeah. Okay. He also took them down, or at least nearly did anyway.
He
took
didn't.
them. Well, okay, I know technically he didn't.
Sorry?
But Chris Hooton, it was really close. They started playing a really boring brand of football. No one was enjoying it. All the Brighton fans basically were like, look, we know our club. We don't want him here anymore. Everyone else is like, oh, but you can't really just get rid of a manager like that.
You're a big Chrissy Hooton fan.
No, he's a nice guy.
I mean, but also, he kept Brighton in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Wow.
They spent quite a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
They did spend quite, and not only that,
Well-
it became dull.
Yeah, ask Stoke City fans how that works out for people when you get bored.
Very good point.
Ask Stoke City fans.
Okay,
We'll
right,
see
hold-
how this goes.
Okay,
We've seen it.
okay. I don't know many Stoke fans, but I know there's one in the room right now, right?
No, there isn't.
Oh, there isn't. No, there
He
isn't.
would
there
have
is, yeah.
he would have Tony Pulis back in Premier League football in a
Are you
heartbeat.
serious? Oh, that's so bad, man. Because as
Why?
a football fan, I want to be entertained. I do not watch football.
I've been
to
in the
win
Championship,
trophies.
bro. It's not entertaining.
You know when we win it. You know when we watch Man City, right? And you're going something about this that just kind of goes over my head. I don't get this. If I see Liverpool win the 6th Champions League, I know that this is history.
Right.
We've come a long way. We've been through ups, downs. We've had money. We've gone takeovers, riots, whatnot.
You and I are friends now. We're talking as we.
Man City, well, you turned up, bought it, and you've won it. Yeah, it's beautiful the way you're doing it, and as impartial, just watching the game, I love watching it. Like I said, they're up there with the best who ever have done it, but how they've done it is actually a little bit confusing. So when I see Stoke or a team like that who have gone down, surely as a fan, you don't want to turn up knowing you're getting battered or knowing you're clinging on and hoping for a little set piece, instead of going and thinking, you know what, we might have a go today. We're better than these guys.
This is the thing though, Hugh. As a Newcastle fan, I've spent a lot of years now feeling like we are just going to come on, hope that someone bounces off their arse or whatever and we score. Like, that is every week for me. That's every week. I swear to God, mate.
I can't relate.
No,
the thing is,
I'm thoroughly happy for you that you can't relate. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
The thing is that the football last season for Arsenal was shocking to me. It was a bland, very simple
Can I shock
style.
you?
Go
You're
on.
going to have to watch Newcastle. Jesus.
A lot more. You two actually.
Imagine Joe Linton just saves the day for Mike Ashley and keeps his little investment going.
It won't be the worst. The final one is that we just haven't mentioned at all, mainly because I think you underestimate their manager, West Ham.
Oh, beautiful.
I don't underestimate him. I just think he's shit.
Who, Pellegrini?
Yeah.
It's not that we underestimated him, it's just that we didn't think he was as good as he is.
I think he's had a good career, but I think now he's average. Yeah.
I like him, you know.
I think at Manchester City, for what investment he had and the players he had in that time period, he although he won the Premier League, in the Champions League and failure to repeat the success, he underperformed as Man City manager. And I also think he's being found out with all the money that they've spent at West Ham, that I think his main thing is organising a defence. He just can't do it. He's not good at that at all. He can get them playing some okay football, but when it comes to actually taking a team to the next level, you got to be able to organise a defence. Like, I mean, that's just basic.
Are you basically saying what Bobby Robson said? We didn't underestimate them. They were just a lot better than we thought.
You know what it is? You say a bad word against Bobby, I'm going to lunge at you over this table.
No one's saying a bad word against Bobby.
He's just... he's not the man who's going to get you, in the modern game, to the next level. Pellegrini, they need someone more switched on and who doesn't look dead as well.
Hugh, you're more continental though. You rate him.
I'm sorry, I feel like you've disrespected my granddad or something.
Yeah.
He's just a nice old guy. He's very polite, but he's passionate about football and very knowledgeable. I really do feel like he's been underestimated, and he is bringing a different style of football to West Ham and taking them to potentially a place where they can, with the stadium, with the new names, attract a player that can get to that next level.
They're mid-table. They're going to be around about the mid-table.
I'll tell you what,
I don't think he's good enough to get them higher than that, especially now other people are levelling up.
They've signed 2 players and they've got another guy. They've got 3 players basically who I want to quickly mention, right? There's the Diop, who has the potential to be, I'm going to say, top 10 centre-backs in the league. They've got Fornals, who's got great feet, very good eye for a pass, and he will be linking up with the new striker Sebastian Haller, who lit up Bundesliga. He's capable of bringing it down, bringing other people into play, scoring himself, smashing it from 30 or good in the air. I think he could be the striker because they've been through a little bit of a curse recently.
Well, yeah, it's been a bit hit and miss. Now, I've never disputed Pellegrini's ability to sign players. If at Man City he proved he was good at that.
He was incredible.
It's just organising the defence, that's it.
Let's finish on the surprise package. Who you guys think is going to surprise the Premier League this season, Brian?
If I had to go for one team, it would be Leicester. I think they're the dark horses for me. They're ones I'm more... I think Brendan Rodgers has experience at the top of the Premier League. He's been there before, all right? He relied a lot on Suarez, but he was there. And I think with the players they've got, you talk about supportive owners, they've got great backing. I'm really excited to see what they can do.
And also the brand of football, I think they'll be the sweethearts of the second tier of the Premier League. Yeah,
I'm going to go for Wolves. Big fan of Spirito. I think that defensively they're going to have to change things slightly because people will know now what they do, but they've got a real controller in the middle and a couple of players coming into the side that are going to be exciting additions to the league. Cutrone, for example, from AC Milan.
Raul Jimenez is an exciting
They've
player.
got, again, this ability to get deals over the line. They're not afraid to pick from specific league or work with specific agents, and it's really pushing them into a new, I mean, Wolves have got history as well.
Wolves, though. Sorry, as a
remember
Newcastle fan,
Steve-
I get so frustrated. I'm like, why can't we do that?
Well, because you guys aren't willing to work with people from the outside.
It's
like that in the way
a
the Wolves
serious
were.
project as well, man. It's a serious project where they are trying
You
to.
got us on that one. Lee Charnley.
Lee Charnley's a serious man.
He's a serious clown.
Lee Charnley looks in the mirror in the morning and just goes, "Oh,
Have you
Lee
seen the
Charnley."
state of him? What about you then?
I'm going to go, and some Liverpool fans might be angry with this, I think Everton will surprise a lot of people this season. And the one massive signing that we haven't mentioned and that went well under the radar was Moise Kean coming from Juventus. Possibly one of the hottest Italian prospects out there. And Juventus just let him go for 24.75 million, maybe rise into 30. That is a massive deal. Not only that, they're possibly going to sign Zaha. They've signed Andre Gomez, centre midfielder. This is a side which will be able to beat some of the top 4 teams next season. And possibly, again, bloody someone at Liverpool's nose, or maybe take some points off Man City. I don't think they'll be in the top 4, but I think they'll have a say on who wins the Premier League. I think we had some great chat.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, guys.
Well done, boys.
AFTV, we are here at St James's Park. Iconic statue that. Sir Bobby Robson, legend of English football. Legend here. Of course, he was a Geordie, England manager, Ipswich manager, real legend that. And I used to love him. The film on him is brilliant, it really is. But we're here at St James's Park, looking forward to the season opener for Arsenal. Arsenal going to be taking on Newcastle United on Sunday. It's a huge game, but 2 players are not going to be there at the game, and that is Mesut Ozil and Sead Kolasinac. Both of them have been left out of the squad over security concerns. And when we all heard this news yesterday, we were like, what? We thought this was all over. Of course, I'm sure everybody's seen the footage of the attack that was made on both Mesut Ozil and Kolasinac, where somebody tried to rob them on scooters. One of the guys on scooters was brandishing what looked like a knife or some sort of iron bar or something. Kolasinac rushed him, and luckily, they went away. They jumped on their bikes and they went off. And I remember doing a video at the time and saying that, whilst we all applauded the bravery of Kolasinac, and we applauded the fact that the situation, the guys are all right, it was a really scary situation that could have ended up even worse for those players had maybe they have taken them on. Now, the news came out yesterday that both of them have been left out of the squad. First of all, they were left out of the squad sort of following that incident. There was the game, one of the friendly games which they didn't play in, that they were given extra time off. And everybody was expecting them to come here, and they've been left out again. And looking at some of the quotes from Arsenal, they said that they're liaising with the police, providing the players and their families with ongoing support. The welfare of our players and their families are always top priority, the club added. We've taken this decision following a discussion with the players and their representatives, and we look forward to welcoming back the players to the squad as soon as possible. So something really serious has gone on here around this incident. Now, I've been trying to do some digging. Listen, unless you're really close to it, you're not going to get accurate information. And what I've been told, and this is just pure speculation, right? This might not even be true, but I've just been hearing that, apparently these guys have been sending death threats to the players. There's been rumours that maybe people have been following the players, and whatever it is, it's serious enough for the police to still be involved, for Arsenal to say to the players, listen, stay at home. And remember, for fans that will be out there, what certain fans are like, oh, he's on this amount of money a week, he can get security in. And it's when you've got your family and your family's at home, Mesut Ozil, we know, recently married, and you've got your family at home and everything. What's your mind going to be like when you're here playing at Newcastle and you know that your family's like 5-6 hours away, journey-wise, back in London? You're going to be worried. And we do not know the nature of what's gone on. We do not know the nature of any threats or whatever's been made. But it's serious enough for these two big players for Arsenal, to not travel. And not ideal preparation either for Arsenal. You know, the fact that, you know, even for the other players to know that their teammates are obviously going through some big issues at the moment with what's gone on. And as I said at the time, it really does highlight the fact that, you know, there's some serious crime issues in London. There really is. And at the moment, it's affecting two of our biggest players at Arsenal. It affects everybody on a day-to-day basis, and it is something it's for another time, but that is something that we really need to try and take care of in London. But listen, I'm just hoping that, you know, this can be resolved as quickly as possible, and Mesut Ozil and Sir Kolasinac can be back on a pitch doing what they love to do as soon as possible. I also hope that this is not going to affect them. You know, even they're thinking of, do I want to live in London? If this sort of stuff's happening and it's affecting me so bad, I'm hoping that they realise that this is just a one-off situation. But whatever it is, I think we've got to leave it. We've got to let the police do their job. We've got to, you know, I think the club are doing the right thing here. You know what I mean? Because like they said, the players and the family's safety is more important than a game of football. That's for any family. So let's hope this gets resolved as soon as possible. And hopefully the players here tomorrow can win that game for Ozil and Sir Kolasinac. But let's hope it gets resolved as soon as possible. But we're here at St James's Park, looking forward to the game. Arsenal versus Newcastle United. Come on, you Gunners. AFTV, we're down here at St James's Park. As you can see in the background, we've got Matty here from the Magpie channel, and we're going to review the game. It's the big one, opening game of the season for both teams. Arsenal taking on Newcastle United. And Matty, you know what? First thing I'll ask you is, are you even going to be there? Because I'm hearing that, you know, Newcastle fans planning to boycott the game.
Boycott Arsenal. That's the plan. Boycott the season. We didn't renew our season ticket, but we might have second thoughts upon that because apparently there's not enough numbers that are going to boycott the game. I mean, we're probably looking at about 5,000-10,000. Not enough. It has to be at least 30,000 to have an effect, really. 20,000 on cameras, 20,000 to affect Matt Yossi's back pocket. A lot of fans haven't renewed, but a few new signings lately have kind of given people hope. And I think when it comes to it, you know, we've been missing it all summer. Looking forward to it all summer. I think a lot of fans tomorrow will just end up getting through the gates, unfortunately.
So you think you'll be about 10,000 fans down on capacity?
Apparently there was about 6,500, 8,000 tickets available. But obviously, without season ticket holders that aren't going to go tomorrow, there's a whole campaign around here, support our tune, like go to local bars, watch the game instead. I mean, if you're not going to boycott the game on the first game of the season, on a Sunday, on Sky, when are you ever going to boycott a game, Robbie? Like, this is the chance to show, like, actually, that we're not here for the taking. We've had 12 years of it now, we've had enough. It's time to show a stance, it's time to not go to the game. It's a shame because obviously we want to back the lads. Don't really want to back Steve Bruce, no one's him here. But watch it on Sky, watch it in the pub. Hopefully there'll be at least 10,000 not there, but at the end of the day, I'll be surprised if there is.
Wow, it's going to be a bit doom and gloom because I remember you messaged me, right? A couple of months ago. Yeah, I've got to bring it up, all right? A couple of months ago, he messaged me and he goes, that was when you were looking at getting in these new owners. And you was telling me that, Robbie, don't be surprised you turn up here. First game of the season, Mbappe will be here, Neymar will be here. It's just all gone south since Steve Bruce is here now.
I spent my summer dreaming of Jose Mourinho and Kylian Mbappe. I woke up and it was Steve Bruce and Andy Carroll, so I don't know what's going on, to be honest. But Well, it's Mike Ashley. He was too greedy, wasn't he? Apparently that's why the deal fell through.
So is that deal not happening at all now?
Apparently not, nah. Apparently it's dead in the water. You had Mike Ashley quoting the other day, what's 10 million, they're billionaires. I think he just kept on pushing it and pushing it. Apparently he wanted full control of the club shop. He still wanted full control of kit sales. He still wanted Sports Direct advertising boarded everywhere around the ground. He just took the piss for it because he knows he can, and he doesn't want to sell. It's a constant money making machine. He's never going to go till he wants to go, so we're stuck with him, unfortunately.
Well, I feel it for you guys, man. And I know that there's been a couple of guys from up here who's got in contact with us and said that, you know, any Arsenal fan going to the ground shouldn't buy anything in there, don't buy no drinks. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans are supporting that tomorrow as well.
Good. Hopefully you will, yeah, because it's the only way we're going to force Mike Ashley out the door, because he's a man defined by greed. And it's the only thing he understands. If he's not making money, then you might think, oh, hold on a minute, maybe I should jump ship here. But at the minute, it's the best business ever, in it. He's not going to get a better business opportunity here. We've seen it with Perez, the likes of the players he's buying young, selling on. Perez, 1.5 million, sold a few years later, 30 million. Why would you leave?
Yeah, you know what? It's a weird feeling because, as I said, a couple of months ago when we spoke, it was like the other way round. I was the one with the doom and gloom. I was the one saying, boy, our owners ain't spending, our owners this, our owners that. Actually, our owners have kind of delivered this transfer window. You know what I mean? Nicolas Pepe, David Luiz, Ceballos, Saliba, you know what I mean? Kieran Tierney. It's been a very good transfer window for Arsenal, and a lot of Arsenal fans are coming here tomorrow pretty confident, even though our away form's still something that we always worry about. We did win there last season, and I think kind of fueled by the fact that we know that it's not going quite great here, so it's kind of a nice time for us to catch you. Steve Bruce, you're not all too behind him. The new signings, what are they going to be like? Are they going to be able to settle in? I mean, I was last year, you know, with guys like Rondon, Perez, you're really worried about them. The new guys, you don't know. You know, it takes players time to settle. So we're feeling a little bit more optimistic. How you feel about the game?
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, yous must be coming here thinking if we can get a goal early on, how toxic is it going to turn very quickly here at St James's Park, because nobody's behind the manager. The signings are unknown, even though they are exciting. Joe Linton should be a great player, St Maximin, flary player. But at the end of the day, if you just come here and get on the front foot, it all depends tomorrow, I think, on the starting 11s. It really does. Obviously, Lacazette is a doubt, isn't he?
Lacazette's a doubt, yeah. He might not play.
Played. Well, you didn't feature against
I
Barcelona.
don't think Pepe will play. And actually, yeah, you won't see many of the new signings. And also, there's this thing with Ozil and Kolasinac.
So I'm happy about that,
they won't be here either.
Tierney's not ready yet, is he either?
Tierney's not ready yet, no.
So I think, honestly, like, you fancy chances, but if we turn up, we quite fancy our chances on the slide, to be honest with you, because if it was a full strength Arsenal side and you had those front three of Aubameyang, Lacazette and Pepe firing, you'd be runaway winners, no doubt about it. But with your defence not ready yet, obviously you haven't got Tierney, you haven't got what you would be calling your best back four in a month or so time. We think of our front three can get off firing, Joe Linton, Maximin, Almiron, lots of pace up there, lots of strength, lots of technical ability. The first goal could be huge, defining the atmosphere around the ground and maybe the result in the game.
What about you guys? Have you got anybody who's out, or is more or less you got a full fit squad?
More or less a fully fit squad for Newcastle. I think the thing was, since Bruce has came in, he's kept the same formation, he's kept the wing backs. We've added to that with Williams, the left back from Germany, the Dutch international, and then we've added it with St Maximin, an exciting French winger, full of flair, will get fans off the seats, exciting player. Joe Linton's had a good pre-season, got a couple of goals. So if our front 11's going well, we could cause an upset tomorrow. I'm quietly confident of maybe sneaking a 2-1, but honestly there could be goals. It could be a 3-3 or something like that. It really could, depending on who you play.
Yeah, it's always really hard to predict games at the start of a new season. Because as you said, lots of new players, lots of changes. You really don't know who's going to... You've seen it already with some of the games that we've seen today. You know what I mean? Teams like, who would have thought Brighton would win 3-0, you know what I mean? So you've seen it already. So, but I don't know. Arsenal have had a very good pre-season. You know, they've played pretty well. So, but you're right. You do make some good points there that there's going to be a lot of players missing for Arsenal. And it's going to be a really interesting game. Like you said, if we can get off to a quick start, who knows? I mean, the one player I would say that's looked very, very sharp for Arsenal in pre-season is the main man from last year, Aubameyang. He's been looking in pre-season. He's been looking as sharp as a razor. I think he might have a bit of joy here tomorrow. He's going to be the guy you guys are going to have to contain.
I've got him triple captain in my fantasy team, so that'll be a soft touch for it. Now I reckon, like maybe him and Joe on both to score, but Aubameyang, yeah, you know, he was here in Newcastle years ago. I don't know if you know, when he was at the Olympics and we were linked with him, but we didn't want to pay the money for him. Goodness me, imagine he would be sold by now anyway under Meg Ashley, but he'll be a great player tomorrow. He's one of the best in the league. He's definitely one of the best strikers then. But our defence, one of our best points last season was we were so solid at the back. But it's a case of can Steve Bruce carry that on, because under Rafa Benitez it was renowned for a defensive, hard to beat style of play. I think Bruce is going to unleash the lashes a little bit more.
All right, well listen, looking forward to the game. I'm not sure if you are. You sound like you kind of are, and then I get all the protest stuff and all that, right? So predictions.
2-2.
2-2. I'm gonna go for 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. I kind of go with what you're saying about if we can get that early goal. We need to get off to a fast start. If we can get off to a fast start, it might get you guys, you know, turning on the owner and so. I think that's what we need to try and do. Get off to a really fast start, a goal or two, and then, you know, we could. But if you guys get off to a fast start, I know what it's like here when the crowd do get behind the team. So looking forward to the game. Arsenal versus Newcastle. Don't forget to check out Matty's channel, the Magpie channel. Brilliant channel. They cover all things Newcastle. But yeah, looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Cheers.
Nice one.
So we're on our way up to Newcastle. Decided to go a day early, and I'm glad we've done so now. The weather's quite horrible today. You wouldn't believe it's summer, but we decided to go up a day early because some wise person who deals with the TV decided to put our game on at 2 o'clock, which would have meant, boy, with that drive, we'd have to leave out probably 5, 6 in the morning. And after the amount of travelling that we've been doing this summer, I didn't fancy that, so I said, let's go for the night before. Newcastle's a very nice little city anyway. Maybe we can go out exploring tonight and then just wake up refreshed in the morning. So on our way up to Newcastle, the weather's not looking too clever. It's very windy today as well. But looking forward to it. Our first game of the season, Newcastle away. I suppose we're getting that long trip out of the way with the first game, so that's one positive. And also, what sort of team will it be? I mean, this news that no Ozil, no Kolasinac, because it seems like there's still problems following them getting robbed, or the attempted robbery of those guys. So it's going to be interesting what team there is. But on our way to Newcastle, the long arse drive. Let's do this. So I just made a stop off at the service station. We're about an hour and a half away from Newcastle, man. Long drive, man, especially when you've been out the night before. Big mistake. And where the weather, this is northern weather, mate. Not the weather for southern softies like us. It is cold up here, it's blustery, it's windy. It looks like, I feel like, you know what I mean, today's October or something. Isn't it, Brennan? We're coming from LA and all these places, Vegas, crazy. Barcelona. This ain't no Barcelona weather, mate. It's bloody freezing. But anyway, listen, we're about an hour and a half away from Newcastle. We're going to go up, hopefully meet up with the guys from the Magpie channel. That's the Newcastle fan channel. Have a chat with them outside the ground. And then check out the hotel and just chill a bit, man. Newcastle, here we come. So we're here in Newcastle now, looking forward to the game. I'm really buzzing, man. I'm really buzzing. Long time I haven't been up here. The weather, as I said, ain't too clever up here. But listen, what do you expect, man? It's Newcastle. We're up in the... Oh, my God. I'm driving going down a one-way road. Oh. Oh, wasn't it the one? So I could have been... what was that guy doing? Right? Could have got killed in Newcastle, right? By some little random driver live on it, right? But fortunately, it all worked out all right. But listen, looking forward to the game tomorrow. I'm confident that Arsenal are going to come and do something. We've been listening to that Tottenham game on the radio. Them lot come back after losing 1-0 to win 3-1. So we need to win this game. We need to get off to a good start this season and a good start away from home. And I think Arsenal are going to do it. I've just got a feeling that Arsenal are going to do something today. I really do. I just got this feeling that we are going to get a result. I don't know what it is because our away form's been terrible. But the pre-season's been good. Aubameyang's going to be the man. And I just feel that, yeah, we're going to get off to a winning start. So, come on, Arsenal.
See you around.
Let's do the business tomorrow. I'm feeling confident. I'm buzzing. We're in Newcastle. We're going to do this.
For the Alliance.
Hi and welcome on to the Bias Premier League show. We are back for a new season.
Back again.
Back again.
Yeah, that's back on blood clot again.
I ain't seen you, man, since we got back from America.
See you later.
Yeah? No, I don't miss
I
you.
saw the Instagram. Tubes is
Miss
my
you.
guy.
Miss you.
Tubes is my guy.
You know you say these little things.
No, you saw. That wasn't the drink talking. You understand? That was like, I miss Tubes, man.
You know what I mean, Brendan?
I'm a missable guy.
You know you gas a little man up. You know what I mean?
messaging me, pal. It's saying without YouTube, blood. Where's our mirror pictures? DJ try to jump a mirror picture. Get out of here, blood. That's arting, you get me?
But if you recovered yet from America, that was a good trip,
bro. It was wild, like the love, no sleep, gang, like everything, bro. It was an amazing trip, bro. Like once in a lifetime. It was amazing, bro.
It's brilliant out there, man. I loved it. Loved every minute.
Honor, friend.
But we're back now.
Yeah,
transfers.
Go with honor,
done.
friend.
Wait, let me ask you this, yeah? When we were in America, especially right at the start of it, remember that game, Colorado Rapids?
Yeah, that's it.
All that.
Brother takes the piss, blood. He was ripping me the whole time.
Yeah, you was there shouting out, spend money to Kroenke, he was up in the stands. And remember, they came out with a statement,
because
we're going to spend, be excited. And I remember you saying, well, I'm not even going to repeat what you said, but it was loads of expletives saying, they've actually delivered.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
They ain't been able to get everything over the line. But you're never going to be able to do that. But it's been a great window, isn't it? I mean, he said, Josh Kroenke said, be excited.
Yeah, and
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, like you see fan base.
Who are you? How do you feel?
Fan base is moving hella salt and pepper, blood. My hashtag's gone, bro. You understand? My hashtag's gone clear, blood. You man know I come up with the names, didn't you? You understand? Salt and Ross Clark Pepe running down your fucking wing, blood. Yeah? Kieran Blood Clark Cleaning just behind you, boy. Yeah? Don't rap. David Luiz, though, but I don't know about that one.
You're not feeling David Luiz?
That was Pet Check Part 2, blood. And then them two names about.
Better check Part 2.
Yeah, man. Man are telling me he's better than what we got. I agree with that, but it's not really hard to be better than what we have, fam.
So you're not feeling David Luiz?
I don't know, bro. That was. Rob, you know it.
The thing is about.
He's a new player, so I'm gonna back him in.
The thing is about David Luiz, yeah.
For me, yeah. If we got him as like a CDM, I'd be like, you know what, cool.
Do you remember when we played him last season? I thought he was brilliant against us.
Yeah.
He was solid. He was commanding. He got leadership qualities. Yeah. He's passing.
Yeah, he can ping up.
You know what? Right, that's one thing. We were talking about this yesterday. With those, are you going to be able to play a really high line against Arsenal now with David Luiz in the team? Because with his passing range, he'll be able to ping that ball and find Aubameyang, Pepe, Laka. So you've got to be careful now if you press up on Arsenal. So that's...
Be careful.
He's good at bringing the ball out. He's good with the ball at his feet.
He's a ball player.
Probably better in the back three, isn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't say as a pair. I'd say as a three, I'd have him.
Yeah, he's better in the back three.
I don't know.
I don't know. He is better than what we've got.
Yeah, like I said, as a CDM. Yeah.
No, but he's been playing in the Chelsea defence was much better than ours last season, wasn't it?
It wasn't that much better, man. Remember they went Chelsea, when they went City and was 6.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember that week they were getting battered everywhere. They went Bournemouth and held 4. Went City and held 6. He was in the defence, bro. We're forgetting this. Germany met semi-final, 8-1. He was captain. We're forgetting this, blood. You understand? Like, bro, like for me, I don't know, man. Emery's had him before.
But he's won a lot of things.
Yeah, he's a winner. You understand? We give him that. He is a winner. And Emery's worked with him before under PSG. Obviously, he brought him in, but then he sold his player as well. You understand? Because he realised you ain't not fucked up, right? You know.
Yeah, but then why would he be bringing him back?
Because there's nothing like. I don't know, man. For me, I think we should have splashed the 40 mil that we got from a Welby on 35 and gone for a...
Yeah, but we didn't get that till the last minute.
Yeah, that's it.
And plus,
if these man knew that was... If these man must have knew that, yo, a Welby's going and something's coming in. So they must have...
They got that last minute. That was the last minute.
So?
Yes, definitely that came in last minute. And the thing is about it, even if they would have had that, their number one target, which is Deo Upamecano,
looking for
RB Leipzig said, well, no, he's not for sale. We're not selling this guy. We are not, unless you meet the 90 million
buyout
release clause.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's a Harry Maguire thing, really. That's the amount of money
has made it go mad.
The amount of money they pay for Maguire, all these teams are looking at and say, well, you know what, you paid... May I pay that for Maguire, right? 80 million. He's 24, 25?
Yeah.
About 25?
25, 26.
Right, we got Upamecano, he's 20. Right? Sorry, we want about the same money at least. So it's inflated the price of all the defenders.
Even one
that Saliba thing now is looking like a good deal because you know, all right, it's not until next year.
They're saying he's like the new Varane. You get me? And everyone knows what Varane's on.
Yeah, so...
You understand?
But I think, listen, it's a stopgap deal. It's
yeah, you know what it is. Like, it's just to get us through the season. But
you ain't feeling it.
Yeah, I'm not sure he can get us through the season. But yeah, that's how. One more thing. Fuck Koscielny. Yeah. What did I tell you about that little pussy? What did I tell you about that pussy? What did I tell you about that pussy? There's certain man, that mean you're off camera and I tell you certain things that I can't say.
When did you tell me about Koscielny?
There's certain man off camera that when we get deep into convo, when we get deep combos, and I start calling man certain things, Koscielny's one of them. Czech was one of them. You understand?
And I mean that shirt reveal thing, that got me angry.
Man didn't even have the courtesy, to put on the new one. Man running with Puma. And then the first thing, what was the worst thing? The caption was, obviously it was in French. Man pressed translate, I can't speak French, bro, you understand? When it came up, it was out with the old, in with the new. Out with the old. Who the fuck are Bordeaux, blood? That man ain't even in Europe, fam. You understand? The man has threw a toys out of the pram to go to Bordeaux. Bordeaux, blood.
And what I can't, I've said this, you know.
Captain, leader. I remember certain man, how dare you? How fucking dare you? Compare him to Tony Adams, blood. Man, that's smoking crack, brethren. Yeah? Crack through the pipe, blood. You understand? I'm telling you, bro. Blood, I told you, man. This man is not a leader. From he done that thing, in 2011, it's probably him texting me now, waste, man. You understand? From he did that thing in 2011, Carling Cup final, I don't care about equaliser in fucking against Hull. Yeah? I don't care about, last minute, what was it, the goal at West Brom, Champions League position, 2012. I don't care about the Newcastle away, Champions League, last day. I don't care. You made us lose a final to Birmingham fucking City. Birmingham City, blood. Obafemi Martins, fam. The man's got more passports than I have weed, blood. So you know how much passports he's got, bro. You understand? I'm packing out here, blood. You get me? This brother's got them coming out of his arse, blood. You understand? And from that day, my mum will tell you as well, blood. Even my nan, R.I.P. Nan. Nan will tell you, blood, I never liked that youth from them. Never, blood. Because I said, look at this idiot, blood. And it was continuous mistakes, fam. Diego Costa. Not Costa, sorry. Griezmann. Semi-final, 1-0 up. Man kicked the ball on his own fucking head. On his own head. How do you do that, blood? How do you that? Oh my God, bro. And then you do that when you leave, fam.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
You fucking mug,
and you were the captain of the team.
You understand?
And I don't care what there's ways to leave, man. Leave with a bit of look at Jenkinson how he's left. Even though Jenkins has not had half the career he's had, right? The way in which he's left now, that guy will always be welcome back. The fans will look on it and they'll say to themselves, boy, you know what? Jenks, he's one of us.
And the way he put out his speech, you know what? It was a privileged. Like when I scored that goal at Norwich, it was like, you understand? Like he lived the dream and whatnot. Me, I didn't rate him, you know, and I want his claw out, blood. And I'm happy he's gone. But the way he's left, yeah, and how he said, like, I'm not gonna be on the pitch no more. Obviously, I'm gonna be in the crowd with you lot again. Bro, you can come in here away any day, bro. You can come away. Bring Caccioni.
You and him on a road trip.
Yeah, bring him. You understand? You won't come back on the trip, though. You get me? Hey, I swear that one vexed me, so I'm not gonna lie. That one.
You're happy about the transfer business overall, though?
Yeah, man. Shout out Rants as well.
And what?
Shout out Rants as well, man. Gotta get that in, innit? Shout out Rants, innit? You know what I mean? Brennan, you got time to drop the footage? You got time to drop the Rants footage? Like right now.
He says Sancho or Pepe.
Pepe all fucking day, blood. For the same reason why I said Koulibaly over the lit. Presence, blood. It could end up being a flop. As much as I like Nicola Pepe, yeah, I rate him. Presence, blood. He's 24 years old. He's not starting week in, week out for his country, and he's got no European experience. Pepe, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I've been screaming about this guy for so long, yeah. I never thought we'd get him. He's inconsistent. Presence.
Or the alliance.
His decision making's not great. Presence, blood. His decision making's very hit and miss. Technically, Pepe. Bro,
He is a baller. Like 24 as well.
Mahrez, yeah, but on the hard food though. You know them ones there that could run through, man. Like, boom.
That was jokes, isn't it, man? Man's hella salt and Pepe, bro. Shout out my brother. I'll come check you, bro. You get me? I'll give something to X to give to you. You get me? Because you might need something. You know what I mean? It's a stressful season. You understand? Back to FC. Back again. Yeah, man. Fully gave you the torch, blood. Run with it.
The other thing I remember as well was having this argument with a lot of United fans when we got Lacazette and they got Lukaku, and they were telling me that Lukaku is better than Lacazette, and how did that work out?
I need to get close.
Bootcut FC, yeah. Man like bootcuts, yeah. The only thing he done, he didn't do that, blood. Like that brother, fam. Oh my God. I can't believe you Inter paid 73 million for that piece of shit, blood.
The thing is about it though, I've said this from time. I think Lukaku's a goal scorer, he's a decent player, but you got to play to him.
His strengths, isn't it?
You got to play to his strengths.
Yeah. Kind of how when he was at Everton.
I knew it wouldn't work at United because I'm like, United are going to want silky smooth
and
player.
He's not that.
He's
stiff, blood.
He's a million miles off that.
You know